Because YouTube be messing me up all the time. Messing me up. Okay, let's go right there. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I'll let you know. I mean, and then I gotta fix my face. Gotta fix my face. I don't have no earrings or nothing, but I do need to put on some eyeshadow. I do need to do that. I'm having company today. Maybe. Oh, let's get into the... Why is that sticking out like that? What's going on? Okay. I don't need to do too much because it's nighttime. Okay. Fluff it out. I'm not even really going anywhere, but it's better to look like something than not nothing at all. Gotta look like you care sometimes. Gotta look like you put in some effort. Let me tell you about this morning. This morning I was talking to a group of guys here on my live stream. And it was kind of crazy. All of them got upset because I said women should be and we should have more female or women leadership. And things would be maybe a little bit better. They got so upset. You can't just have a whole bunch of women. You need men. You need men. You can't have a world with just women. You need men. Now, a whole planet of women is probably very unrealistic. That's a fantasy. But having women in leadership positions, that can happen. That can certainly happen. Because we need more peace. And we need, you back from round 2? You ready to battle it out? You ready for round 2? You ready to battle this out? Cause you come back like, yeah, I'm back on the attack. You need some stink. What the hell that mean? I don't know. I don't do drugs. I don't do drugs. I don't know what the hell that means. I don't do that. I'm not into that. I'm a clean potato. I don't do all that. Okay? I stay away from the hard liquor, drugs, all that. I don't do none of that. I ain't never done none of that and never will. I ain't never smoked nothing. I ain't never done none of that stuff. You know. Only thing I'm addicted to is bread. That's about it. That's the only addiction I got. That's why I'm so fluffy. It's because of bread. But uh, I don't have those other addictions. The kind that keep you up at night, have you crawling through the alley. I don't have time for that. First of all, I don't want to go to prison. I'm not trying to go to jail. Yeah, I like to eat French bread and butter. I'm a bread and butter person. That's why I'm fluffy. That's the main reason. Because I don't eat, fried food. I'm not a fried food person or nothing like that. I don't eat a whole bunch of junk food. I don't even have no junk food now. I don't keep cookies and pies, and I don't buy that stuff. I don't sit here and drink a whole bunch of soda, and if I buy soda, it's sugar free. I drink juice, tea, water. But I am big because I do consume bread. I eat bread with just about everything. And so bread, I would say bread and potato. Bread and potato is probably my issues. You know, I have no self-control when it comes to bread and butter. That's it. That's all I'm doing extra. Cause I don't eat McDonald's. That stuff is poison. Last time I had McDonald's, my son got so sick. And when he got sick, off of them chicken nuggets, I said we can't never have that again. And we ain't had McDonald's since he was in elementary school. And I didn't think that was gonna be easy to get away from, but it was. It was surprisingly, very easy to walk away from that McDonald's, that poison, that demon sandwiches. You know what I mean? It was so easy. I did not know it was gonna be like that easy. And then when I see people in line for McDonald's, I just shake my head. Like, you poor souls. I can't believe y'all still in that damn line with that food. The food that don't melt. I mean, don't mold. Somebody had a McDonald's cheeseburger sitting in their house for years and it never changed. It never changed color. It never mold. It never did anything. I said, that's some crazy stuff. That's some crazy stuff. I think I'm gonna go real light today. More of a cutesy look. Let me get a little pink. Let me get a little outline on the lips. There we go. Just add a little something. Right there. Not too much. Not too much. Just enough to be dangerous. I know y'all looking at me like, what in the world are you putting on your lips? This is a lip jelly stain tint. It's for your cheeks and it's for your lips. I love both of them. Do you believe in Jesus Christ, Ethan? Yes, I do. I am from Indiana. I live in the state of Indiana. That's all we do is Jesus Christ here. Okay? If you want me to take your tithes and offerings, I will. Cash App Olivia Flair. I will take your tithes and offerings and I will send them right to Jesus himself. Put you on the prayer line. If you want to do some praying, we can do that. Yeah, Jesus. I'm a servant of God. Spreading the good news, good messages, good vibes. That's what I do. Now, as far as my background in Jesus, I used to be a preacher's wife. So, welcome to my congregation. All right, I used to dabble in the word of God. All right, I used to dabble. I'm gonna add a little bit of stain right here, just a tad. Yeah, I used to be a preacher's wife. Oh, I used to be in that Bible, in that word of God. The only person that didn't like me was his mama. His mama thought I was a black sheep. But look at me. Do I look like a black sheep? Do I look demonic? No, I do not. She didn't like the way I dressed and my hair, you know, my short shorts. I used to wear these really short shorts and tank tops and big earrings and crazy hairstyles. And she thought, oh my God, my son is dating a demon. But his daddy loved it. His daddy loved my looks every time I come around. Oh, how you doing? Good morning. Had me sit right next to him at dinner. So the daddy wasn't you know, he didn't think I was demonic or anything. He was like, yeah, come on in. Come on in with your short shorts. With your short shorts and your tank top. Come on in. But you know, I'm reformed from you know, wearing that kind of stuff. I'm reformed. I'm, you know, civilized. You know, I go to a job every day. You know, that's what I do. So, you know, I go to work and, you know, I do my thing. I do my thing. Oh, what's this? Oh, that scared me. So I do my thing and, you know, live a civilized life, aligning aside God. That's what I do. I don't know about nobody else. That's what I try to do. I try to walk with Jesus Christ. Not many people can do that. Not many people can give their life over to God and be a servant. But that's what I am. Servant of God. Care about Jesus. Oh, that's what I'm talking about, prayed up. That's what we're talking about. We talking about Jesus Christ. You know, I live in a place where there's a church on every corner. So when you got a problem, take yourself to the church. Before you commit to an issue, before you start a problem in your own journey, there's a church along the way to save your soul. Save your soul. You be riding around about to rob some family. You be thinking to yourself, man, I gotta rob this family so I have some money. But before you even go rob the family, there's a church on the corner, on every corner. Before you even get to the place you rob, you're going to see a church. You're going to see Jesus. You're going to see that cross in front of that church. And that church and that cross, that symbol may stop you from doing your craziness. Okay, that may stop you. So we got just as many liquor stores. We got churches on every single corner, And you know what? You see that church before you commit your crime. You see that church. You see it. Don't act like you don't see that church before you go do the horrible thing that you about to do. That church is a reminder. Everybody keeps saying, why are so many churches in Indiana? It's because it's a reminder to get yourself in line. And don't be out here doing no funny business out here in these streets. Be a good person. It's not that hard and difficult to be good. It's really not. It's not that difficult to be a good person. All you gotta do is just avoid temptation. Temptation. Being in a relationship and then being with other people that you're not supposed to be with, that kind of stuff. Avoid temptation at all costs. Be honest. Be honest. At all times. Live in your truth. Live in your truth. Don't be sitting here hiding behind a mask and all that kind of stuff. Live in your truth. If that's what you are, that's what you are. Don't let religion, your family, and all that keep you from being the person that you're supposed to be. Religion is great. It's great to have something to believe in. But it should not keep you from being your authentic, true self. Be yourself. If you somebody that goes around and scratching their back and their butt at the same time, then do that. Do that. If you somebody that walks around picking boogers out their nose, then live in your truth. Live in your truth. If you somebody that always have problem keeping a job, just know these jobs ain't for you. Live in your truth. Live in your truth. Whoever you like, love, or whatever, be with that person and live in your truth. Live in your truth. A lot of people are sad tonight. Why? Because they can't be with the person they want to be with. Why? Because they've been living a lie. They've been living a lie this whole time. For whatever reason, I don't know. I don't know. This planet is full of rules that were never probably meant to be created. And we are living under rules that, are just created by this person, that person, that person. You know what I mean? So, live in your truth. We only got one life to live. You're not here very long. It seemed like a long time, but one day you a baby, the next minute you a teenager, and you turn around, you an adult, and then 2 seconds later you old. You old with gray hair, sitting around wishing you would have done the stuff that you were supposed to do as a young person. Asking yourself, why didn't you excel at this and why you don't have that and all that kind of stuff. Stop wondering. Get to work. If you want to be something, go be it. If you want to go do something, go do it. Don't let nobody stop you from the things that you want to do in life. Don't let nobody stop you from being with people that you enjoy. You enjoy a certain person's company, you know, living your truth. That's the best thing you can ever do for yourself. It's better than any type of therapy. Is live in your truth, whatever that may be, whatever it is. And don't let nobody take away that from you. That main thing. Some people always, you know, let other people dictate their life, their future, and all that. And you can't let other people do that. You can't let other people control your happiness, your future. You cannot let other people do that. You are the captain of the ship. You are the captain of the ship. And God is there to guide you along. And that's it. God provides the map. You decide where you're going. That's it. That's all I can tell you. That's all I can tell you. Do things that make you happy. Do things that do things that allows you to live in your truth. And that's just how life is. So many people are suffering tonight, upset tonight, having a bad time. Because they can't do the things they want to do. But I have never had that kind of mindset where I felt restricted from doing what I want to do and being happy with who I want to be happy with. I've never had that restriction. I never let people control my destiny, my happiness, my whatever. And you shouldn't either. If you want to get up tomorrow and make you a big old pancake, you can do that. You have free will. If you want to get up tomorrow and not do nothing, you can do that. You have free will. If you want to get up tomorrow and go wash your car and go take yourself out to breakfast, you can do that. You got free will. If you want to go and wake up in the morning and go to the park and just sit there and enjoy the scenery, you can do that. You can do. Sometimes people don't realize you're an adult and you can go do the things that you weren't able to do as a child. You can enjoy those things. Like every Christmas you ask for a telescope and your mama never got you the telescope. She never got it for you. Not that she didn't want to, but maybe she didn't have the money at the time. Well, now, guess who's an adult? You are. Now you can buy you a big old telescope. Put it right in your bedroom. You know what I mean? Sometimes we forget the things that we've always wanted as a child. We forget those things. We forget the things that we used to go crazy about, and just beg your parents for. And, we forget all about those things. But, now is the time, especially with all the stuff going on in the world, now is the time to reflect back on them things that you wanted as a child and go after them. You wanted to be a scientist, a mad chemist, and go do that. You wanted to be a fireman when you was a kid, go be a fireman. I don't think it's too late for that. If you want to be a policeman, go be a policeman. If you want to be a doctor, go be a doctor. You an adult, you can do that now. Hey Ward, how you doing? Good evening. How's it going on this nice Friday night? It is Friday night. It is 9:06 p.m. in Indiana. I know some of y'all getting dressed up, putting y'all good lotion on, putting that mouthwash down your back of your throat because you're going on a date or you want to go see somebody. And I pray that for your safety out there. and having a good time, putting on your nice clothes and your good shoes and your perfume and your cologne. You know, because that's what Friday night is about. Friday night is about having a good time, going out, having a great time. But like I was saying a minute ago, I want everybody to be themselves. Also understand you're an adult, you got free will, you can do all the things that you want to do. All the things you didn't get to do as a child, go and do those things. You know what I mean? Where are you from? I'm from Indiana. Indiana. USA. Because sometimes people think I say India. It's not India. I am in Indiana. Thank you, Prayed Up. Thank you so much. Yep, I'm from Indiana. And here in Indiana, we go to church. I mean, I don't go to church per se like that, but we do believe in God here. This is a God state. Can't come in here and talk about you don't know about no Jesus. There's too many churches to not know Jesus here. Are you married? No, I'm not married. I'm not married. I've been married before. It didn't work out. I know that's right. I know that's right, Ward. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, I want to grow. I want to as I get older, I want to retain some of my youth a little bit. So there's a lot of stuff I have stopped doing, you know, so that I can keep some of this face. You know, as you get older, you start to look at things differently, start to take care of stuff just a tad bit better. You know, keep these people confused. Oh, how old are you? I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I know that's right. Yep. That's what I do. I do what I can to keep, you know, keep the look together a little bit. I don't have that much gray hair yet. It's in there. I got like a few pieces. But once it goes all grayed out, you know, I don't care. I'm be fine with it. I know some of these women out here be scared of the gray hair. I don't care. I've seen too many videos on social media of people with beautiful gray hair. Thank you, Ward. Mm-hmm. Trying to keep up the look. Doing all the facials, all the stuff. All the stuff I can do. You know, back in the day, you know, a lot of people don't use moisturizer on their face, and you got to use that. You got to moisturize the skin if you want it to look, you know, stay looking the same for a while. You know what I mean? To have some, you know, some bounce in it. You know, you got to moisturize. A lot of people don't do that. It sure is, ain't it? Gray is wisdom. Mm-hmm. It sure is. It sure is. I ain't scared of no gray hair. For what? I know there's people out here terrified of gray hair. I'm not. I am not. I will enjoy my gray, thick hair. And I'll be wearing me a thick ponytail. I'll be wearing that gray ponytail, be swinging it all the way through. Don't matter. Mm-hmm. Yep. So I'm not worried about it. I know people get scared about getting old, but it's gonna happen. But what matters is how you take care of yourself through the process as you get older. How you take care of your skin, body, or whatever. You may have to go from 10 Big Macs down to 1. You may have to swap out them 2 gallons of ice cream for some yogurt. You know what I mean? You may have to swap out fried pork chops and hog maw and collard green, the corn. You may have to swap that out for a salad. You know, just to keep your health together. Because right now, these the way this insurance is setting up for some people, and the way it's about to get crazy out there, you got to retain your health because we don't know what's going to happen out here in this world. These doctor bills probably going to be off the chain. I mean, off the meter. There you go. You sure can. Can't change the age, but you can do little things to help you along the way to retain some of your youth. I've seen some older people online, and they look like they be talking about they 70, 80, and they look like they 40. You know, not eating a lot of this crazy stuff, not eating a lot of processed food, you know, stuff like that, staying away from just a whole bunch of salt and sugar and carbs. And I'm slowly getting to that a little bit. Not yet, but I'm slowly drifting off into that area of eating lighter, at least eating lighter stuff, not as much. You know, I used to eat whole pizzas and all that kind of stuff. I can't do that no more. All that kind of stuff I used to do, can't do it. Can't do it. And plus, my mindset has changed as I'm going through all these female changes and stuff. My mindset has changed, and a lot of things I don't like anymore. I just don't eat that stuff no more. It don't interest me to buy it. You know, so my thing is, I guess over time, I'll start to slowly just wither away, especially weight-wise, because I'm definitely not eating nothing. Nothing is what I used to. What I used to do, sweet tea all the time. I don't drink no sweet tea. I don't drink sweet tea. I don't sit here eat buckets of ice cream and cakes and donuts and stuff. I used to eat donuts all the time. I used to go to Hardee's, get breakfast sandwiches all the time. I don't do none of that. And I also owe it to the economy. The economy is so expensive. I rather keep my money than spend it on a $10 breakfast sandwich. That ain't happening. You know, so, you know, if anything, a lot of people will lose weight in this crazy economy because of how high the prices are. When you look at a 12-pack of soda and it costs you $13, $14 to get the 12-pack of soda, oh, it's a done deal. We done. Ain't no buying no soda. Ain't no buying no 12-pack of soda. When you see Doritos at $6 a bag, I don't want to buy no Doritos. I don't need that. I don't need that at all. Candy bars are $2. I come from an era where candy bars used to be 25 cents. The full-size bar was 25 cents. I don't know where they get $2 for the same size candy bar. It's very odd. Why would I pay $2? It's not even king. The king size used to be $1 something. But you want me to pay $2? I seen that in the store one time, and I said, oh, they crazy. Ain't nobody paying that. Ain't nobody paying that at all. Not around here. And then I learned to just, you know, spend my money not on food, but on myself. You know what I mean? Buying stuff I like, buying stuff for my place, you know, buying a little lamp back there, buying, you know, stuff that I enjoy. Stuff that I can look at and see that there's some value there. When you buy a whole bunch of food and go out to eat fast food and buy junk, that stuff is, as soon as you eat it, it's gone. There's no value there. There's no value at all. So, you know, some of that stuff is not even important. But, you know, I feel good when I go to the store, go to Marshall's, buy me some earrings, buy me a dress, buy me a pair of shoes. Those are investments. That's something I can see and look at every single day. Okay, it has value. So I recently started doing that. Pouring into myself, buying clothes, buying shoes and stuff. Because for years, I brought clothes and stuff, but I never really invested in a lot of stuff. I that's what I'm gonna do. Exactly what I'm gonna do. Yeah. So it's just I don't know. It's just kind of crazy that I all these years I never invested in a whole bunch of clothes and shoes and stuff, and I'm just now. I'm like, you know what? I don't need food to feel good. I need to invest in myself to feel good. Like buying clothes, shoes, all that stuff. That makes me feel good. Having a comfy bed, buying brand new blankets and sheets and comforters and pillow, all that stuff it contributes to having a healthy mind, having a good positive vibe. You know what I mean? All that stuff contributes to that. When you eat a hamburger, when you eat McDonald's, when you eat all this crazy stuff, it's a temporary high and then it's gone. It's a 5 second high and then you it's over. But every time I come in here, my bed is made. I get in my bed. I just got me an iPad, and stuff like that, to relax and listen to music before I go to sleep or watch something before I go to sleep and stuff. Those are real investments. Those are real investments. And I wish I would have thought about that years ago. I wish I would have really thought about that years ago. And I probably could have saved so much of my money and invested it in things that make me feel great. Yeah, I used to do that too. And really, I could have brought things at that time, but my focus, unfortunately, was more on temporary satisfaction with food and food cravings and stuff like that instead of looking at, you know, look at instead of looking at myself and being like, you need to buy some shoes, clothes, jewelry. Like I'm at an age right now. I have yet to buy my own, my first real pair of jewelry, like real diamond earrings or real bracelets or real necklaces. I don't have none of that. I could have had that plenty of times, but I never thought about that. I always thought about, I don't know, I guess my concentration was on food and all these horrible relationships, that kind of stuff, and not really fully concentrated on myself. And I should have been, more concentrated on me so that I can enjoy the fruits of my labor. Because I've been working since 16. I've been working since 16, so I should have been enjoying a lot of stuff. But unfortunately, I didn't see it that way. I don't know. Oh, hold on a second. Hold on. Hold on. Don't leave. Okay, I'm back. Oh, fast food is a day meal. My kids ask for McDonald's. McDonald's used to be a treat. Used to be a real treat. And I think back then parents thought, you know, McDonald's is some kind of reward. But really, McDonald's has ruined a lot of people's life. Let me check my message. Oh, hold on a second. Check from order. Not done yet. Okay, I'm back. Oh, I see the boy. Oh yeah, with your kids? Yeah, it's a good time. Spend as much time you can with your family. I'm all for that. I'm all for family. I'm all for spending time, having fun, laughing. You know, me and my kids, we painted some pictures and stuff like that. It's nothing to go to the dollar store and buy those little things and, you know, enjoy yourself and have fun. Oh, hold on. Yeah, it's nothing to enjoy yourself, have fun on the weekend, have breakfast, have brunch, go out to brunch. Sometimes you don't feel like cooking. Have somebody cook for you. Go to a restaurant, go do something. We have to really get into living life and enjoying our time. You know what I mean? Enjoying your weekends to the fullest. A lot of people, you know, they get off work on Friday and then they just act like the weekend doesn't matter. Well, you know, I gotta go work on Monday, so it don't matter what I do today. Yes, it do matter. It matters a lot. You know, what you do on the weekend can push you forward on Monday. It can inspire you. You know, do all your creative projects. I do all my creative stuff, you know, even before I start work during the week. I work on my creative stuff to get me going, keep me motivated. And on the weekend, I may relax, but I'm also in creative mode, working on being creative and doing all my things I do. So, you know, don't let the weekend get away from you. Thickums. What? What? Oh. Not thickums. Well, I got to go. I got to come back. But I'll be back in a few, maybe. I'll be back. But I got to go because I got to run out real quick. And then I will be back later. You guys enjoy your evening. Bye, Ward. I see you later if you're on here. Bye.